Why would you chase a man when you could chase a career? This video is going to be for all the girls out there who are in some kind of mad race to settle down. The girls who feel insecure when they go to their family reunion and everybody's asking, oh, have you not found a man yet? Time's ticking. I really don't understand how we're in the 21st century and people are still acting like this, but it makes no sense to me. Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Yolanda Melody. I'm an independent music artist from the UK. I'm going to tell you why being single is actually something to be proud of. And I'm also going to share the grim reality of most people's relationships so that you can feel better. So, a little bit of background. I've been single for 4 years. In fact, no, 5. Pretty sure I've been single for at least 5 years. I've lost count. The reason why I've been single for that long? No one's good enough for me. I have very, very high standards. I'm not in any rush. I'm extremely career focused and I have ambitions, and I just see it that relationships just get in the way of that. Also, when you're one of these creative people that's kind of chasing their dreams, it's very, very hard to find someone who understands that. And I also had a very, very traumatic relationship with a sociopath who messed with my head a lot. So I'm kind of reluctant to experience that again. Don't get me wrong, it takes a very, very thick skin to actually genuinely get to the point where you enjoy being single and you're actually not lying to yourself. I went through maybe a few years of feeling like I would like someone else in my life and I would like a relationship. But honestly, the longer that you're single, the harder it is for someone to come into your life because you learn so much about yourself and you get to the point where you really, really enjoy your own company. If you've got to this kind of stage where you genuinely feel like you're happy being single, then this video is just to reinforce that. But if you've clicked on this video, I'm presuming that you're going through that phase where you're kind of, in your mind, you kind of want a relationship and you want someone there. And I'm going to help you to get over that mindset because you are not going to find a healthy relationship if you really want just a relationship and to just have someone be your partner. So the first thing I want to point out is, as we all know, Disney messes with your head. Most of us watched Disney when we were younger, and it always repeated this notion that there was this helpless woman and she found her prince and her Prince Charming saved her from the terrible life that she had before. I'm telling you, that ain't real. And what makes it worse is that films that were made for adults, I'm talking about romantic films like The Notebook and all these rom-coms, they promote this idea that the end goal is to have a husband and children, and there's always this damsel in distress that's desperate to find a man and keeps bumping into these absolute dickheads. And then eventually her prince comes along and saves her. Yeah, I don't watch those films. I avoid them like the plague because these films and this kind of media is what perpetuates this same notion, and it's really just setting people up to fail. I have a very abstract taste in films. I always tend to lean towards films that are either thrillers, psychological, films that kind of have a dark undertone, and I usually gravitate towards films where there is a strong female lead. I'm also very conscious of the type of media that I consume in general. For example, music. I only listen to bad bitch music. Female rappers. I also love dubstep and drum and bass. I don't listen to whiny breakup music and songs about how your heart is broken. That's gonna mess you up. Although that sounds pretty hypocritical because a lot of my music is breakup music. But I don't like to think that it's whiny. If I could actually rap, I'd probably love to be a female rapper, but who knows, maybe I'll try it in the future. If you like this video so far, make sure to drop it a like. And if you're also gonna do that, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Anyway, yeah. So the first step to enjoying being single is to get yourself in that mindset that you don't need a man. I notice a pattern when it comes to women who've been single for a long time and women who have suffered from any form of mental or physical abuse. They kind of go through this glow up. They look at how weak they used to be and how they were manipulated, and then they transform into this proper, like, bad bitch that's just, like, absolutely indestructible. Now, I don't know about you guys, but those type of women are the type of women that I look up to, and most of them are single. So why are you feeling ashamed for being single? Another thing to bear in mind is that most relationships that you see on social media, or even people who are friends with you that are in relationships, they're always putting on a front. This might ruffle some feathers, but it's true. Nobody wants to share the flaws within their relationship. Nobody posts a video of them arguing with their partner on the daily, but they will be surefire to take a picture of them out in the garden together or at an event. It takes 2 seconds to smile and hug that person, to come across like you're really, really happy. And then once the picture's taken, they can go back to frowning. A lot of people nowadays do not go through the journey of self-development. The way that most of us are brought up is that you've just got to find a relationship. You've just got to find a relationship because your eggs only last a certain few years and you need to get babies pushed out and you need to get married as soon as possible and move in together. Why? What's the rush? No one ever dictates, like, that you need to develop yourself and, you know, you should meet a person that's healthy, that actually takes care of you, that has worked through their trauma. I just don't get it. Also, if you see people posting all the time with their partner and they're always posting on social media, unless it's kind of like part of their brand and they're an influencer or something, if they're posting all the time with their partner, sometimes that can actually show insecurities within the relationship. It kind of makes me shiver when people put their profile picture as them and their partner, because that's your profile. That's you. You are not them. I might get a lot of hate for this, so I'm really, really sorry. I'm not meaning to offend you. People can do what they want, you know. Oh, but when people say, my other half, you are a whole. You are you. You are complete. You are not half of another person. I don't know why this is a common phrase that people use, but I think it's really, really toxic. I am so much of a big person. Like, not meaning to toot my own horn, but I feel like I've got a very, very, very big personality. I could not be half of another person. The object when it comes to relationships for me is to be a whole within yourself, and then for them to be whole, and then you to be two complete people next to each other, supporting each other, and then you grow together, you know? But a lot of people lean on each other and then they push the other person down, and then sometimes the other person might have a bit of strength and then they push the other person. But I see so many relationships where both parties are actually trying to break the other one's confidence and they're always at lockheads with each other. So don't be jealous and don't be feeling like you're missing out, because majority of the time you're not. More reasons to be happy to be single are: you can do whatever you want. You can post a booty picture on Instagram. No one's going to say anything. No one's going to have an issue, apart from haters, but they're not really relevant. You're not going to get a phone call from that person being like, why have you posted that on Instagram? You can go out when you want. You can see who you want to see. Friends, I'm talking about. I'm not kind of promoting this notion of sleeping around, because I think it's actually quite dangerous. You can wear what you want, you can be as crazy as you want to be. You can be yourself and you've got no one dictating to you what you should and shouldn't be doing. You can also sleep at night knowing that no one is cheating on you or lying to you. And your time is completely yours to do as you please. You can listen to the music that you want to listen to. You can watch whatever you want on Netflix, and you don't have to sit and watch something that you don't want to watch just because they want to watch it. And the most important one for me is that you can chase a big career that you want to chase. You will have the time. In order to do anything big in life, it takes more time to do those things than your average job. If you are hustling to get somewhere and to be really successful, you have to put a lot of time into what you're doing. And a relationship will take up a lot of your time and your energy if it's toxic. This repeated notion and conditioning and pressure that people put on other people about settling down and getting a relationship as soon as possible is actually what's making all of these toxic relationships, because it's less about your happiness and it's more about how you look to other people. A lot of people will go for a relationship that they kind of know is bad for them, and then they'll stay in that relationship, and then they'll stay with that person that long that they actually feel scared of leaving that relationship because they worry about what other people are going to think. A lot of people meet someone when they're a lot younger and they stay in that relationship and they stay year upon year. Some of them actually get married to that person, they move in together, and deep down they know that relationship's not good for them. They're not happy with that person, but they just keep staying with them because they don't want to tell people, oh, it didn't work out. But I actually think it shows a lot of strength. If you're in a relationship that's bad and you actually have the strength to leave, etc., then you're stronger than the majority of people. So that was a lot. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Love you, bye.